Didn't choose to become the Tao chose me. I want out, but she won't let me go.
Real quick, let's talk about how I created the mask. I applied about 8 layers of liquid latex to the face of a styrofoam head that I bought at Sally's Beauty Supply. The idea behind my doll is when she gets mad, heated, her face will fall off, and only then for a few seconds you will see the victim, which she consumes. So I made the mask look like it was melting by creating a melting texture using the end of a paintbrush. Remember, liquid latex destroys brushes, so don't use any nice ones. I waited for the latex to dry overnight and then slowly peel the mask off. One more thing, liquid latex likes to stick to itself, so you must apply a loose powder all over the latex before peeling it off, and you have to keep applying translucent powder under the mask while you're slowly peeling it off, just so it doesn't stick to itself and destroy the entire mask. Moving on to the look itself, I use Q-tips and then the end of a paintbrush to create the melting off skin and ripped area the mask is falling off of. Latex dries pretty quickly if applying it in thin layers, so if you're applying it in a thin layer, try to move quickly. If you apply it in thicker layers, well, it takes longer to dry, so you have a bit more time to mess around. And I applied it in thin and thick layers, but I prefer to apply it in thick layers just because I get more time, and I can blow dry it with a hair dryer to make it dry up faster. Liquid latex was my makeup of choice, but you can use 3rd degree, nose and scar wax. It's up to you. Now I'm taking a red face paint and applying that to the center of the area that I just created, and I used a thin brush at first to just paint around the melted spots because I didn't want to paint over those spots with like a big brush and making it red. I then go with a big foundation brush and just paint the entire center of it. And then I use like a red face paint that's a bit darker than the red I just used, and just like kind of pat it on, dabble it onto the rest of that area, because you don't want it to be just one flat red tone because it doesn't look cool, it doesn't look realistic. And after I've done that, I go ahead and apply my fake blood. Now I would prefer to use thick blood for this, but I totally ran out of thick blood, so I had to use a gel blood. And gel blood is kind of like a liquid blood because it runs a bit, but it's like a thick blood because it looks more realistic than a liquid blood. I just wish I had thick blood because thick blood stays put and it just looks way cooler. I used a small thin brush to focus the blood on certain areas that was hard to get to just using the big applicator it came with, and also to focus it on some of the edges of the rip to make it look a little more realistic and add more depth. Now I used Wolf's White face paint to start painting my skin, and I painted it on blotchy because that's the feel I wanted for my doll. I wanted it to be creepy, not like perfect porcelain looking skin. You don't even have to paint your skin white. Like, you can even make the doll just your regular skin tone, or you can even take this look and make it look like your face just got skinned off. Like, it doesn't have to be a doll. So if you do something like that, please leave it as a video response, or like tag me on Instagram or something so I can see it. I had to use a small paintbrush to paint around the latex again, just because a big foundation brush or something would have just like painted over the latex, and I wanted the latex part to look like skin. I wanted it to look like the victim was starting to seep through the porcelain skin, so I had to use a foundation to paint the latex, because liquid latex, sometimes it matches people and sometimes it doesn't, and for me, I'm one of those people that none of those like liquid latex colors matches. And then I just go ahead and apply the mask to my face on one side using the liquid latex to apply it and to blend it in. Now you don't have to do this, you can just hold the mask, but I wanted to do this for the video because I thought it would look cool. I don't know, I just like to create my looks so that they're functional, because yeah, I do think like if the mask was blended all throughout my face, it just would look cooler. But at the same time, if I wore this out for Halloween and I did that, how am I supposed to eat anything because my mouth is being covered? Or even like when people do the mummy looks and they put like the gauze on their face, like how are you supposed to drink or do anything come Halloween time? Or when people put like patches over their eyes, how are you going to be able to see anything? So I just like to make my looks so that they're like functional the day of. I don't want it to look cool for just a video or a picture. I want you guys to be able to go out and have a good time without like starving yourself all night. The cool thing about it being like this is you can pin it back using a bobby pin or a hairpin. You could just like pin it into your hair, and like I said, you can also just not apply it to your skin at all. But if you apply the entire thing to your skin, that's where it gets complicated and it might be uncomfortable to wear all night. And that is it. The video and photographs I got did not do justice to this look. This is one of my favorite looks I've ever done, and I honestly think that this is going to be my costume this year. So I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, and don't yell at me if I didn't do this or that, because some people are like, you should have did this, you should have did that. I'm not a professional makeup artist. I'm learning just like everybody else, and I'm having fun while doing it. So I hope you guys enjoy it. So I'll see you guys. Take care. Bye.